What's going on? 2 minute warning, sir. We started off late, but we had a late start. But anyways, we still got a great show for you guys. We got Tim, we got Mike, we got Josh. Yo, guys, take it away. Let's go.
Let it go.
Yeah, we was late. We was late. We was they had Odell Beckham Jr. Doing the dance of fame. So it's a good movie. Good movie coming out. Fellas,
Can I dab on him?
you can dab. You can dab too. You can dab too. Listen.
Okay.
There's some running back issues going on in the NFL, man. We got the NFL leading rusher, the guy that the Cowboys were so stupid to let go, Demarco Murray, bypassing Chip Kelly to speak to the owner to say, Chip Kelly promised me a lot of things, Mr. Lurie. What's going on? Fellas, is there a problem in Philly?
I mean, yes. Of course there's a problem in Philly. I mean, let's be frank. The O-line that the Eagles had before the Chip experiment started off, they did give enough holes to let them run downhill.
Right.
But the way the team, Evan Mathis is now, he's styling on the Broncos right now. You know, Jason Peters, I think he got hurt again. I don't know. So, like, the line isn't what it is. But even so, with the line the way it is, they're having him run like he's shady. He's not quick. He can't make people miss. Like, you got to run straight down. So I think, honestly, I genuinely believe that he didn't want it to be a big deal. But it's something that you have to address because Chip Kelly, he always comes off like he's the smartest person in the room, and he don't take that criticism. So if you want to help and you feel you can't reach the coach, what else is he supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the heck is going on with the whole front office and the staffing in Philadelphia, but apparently Chip Kelly isn't doing anything for DeMarco Murray, so he has to overstep his boss to go to the boss's boss. I mean, it's not always a good sign when you have that going on, but honestly, anything coming from this guy complaining about how his season is going is just comical to me. This guy traded in a Mercedes-Benz for a Geo Sport, and he's complaining about his production this season and how he's, you know, the play calling and what he's getting and not getting. So to me, I could care less, DeMarco. I mean, you made your bed, now it's time to sleep. So, but I mean, it's just a huge testament more so to the front office and what's going on in Philly and how the players are actually abiding to Chip Kelly now.
In my personal opinion also is that going back to the story where his father had spoke up for him and said that DeMarco Murray is so happy in Philadelphia, and it wasn't about money, especially when Philly was the only team that offered him any big time money. Next time, keep your family out of it. Speak up for yourself, because now he's saying to himself, you know what? Money's not always the issue. You know what I'm saying? He had a good spot in Dallas. He wanted more money. That's what he went for. And right now, you're looking like trash, but we all know it's the system. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Chip Kelly, to see what's going to happen with DeMarco Murray. If Chip Kelly's gone and somebody else comes in, well, you're going to have to deal with Murray. If Chip Kelly stays for another year, you're going to have to dump all that money, but you know what? Your investment, you'll be paying this man for a long time, for another 7 years of that cap hit. So that's going to be something. Adrian Peterson, fellas. Another one. They lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Adrian Peterson is saying that Mike Zimmer got outcoached. I mean, I think that's horrible. And that's another team. You know, you don't keep a guy. And I like North Turner. North Turner, we all see what he does in San Diego. You got Cal Woodruff. You got Briggs. You got Mike Wallace. You got all these receivers that you try to get in here, and you're not even playing the style of offense that you want to play because of Adrian Peterson. And if I was the owner in Ziggy, I would have traded Peterson for a draft pick or whatever. But this is what happens when you want to keep, because now what's going to happen is you're going to have to be forced to trade Peterson next offseason or cut him, and you're not going to get much for him in a trade. You're not going to get much for him in a trade, so Minnesota messed that up.
Well, let's be real. This is Adrian Peterson yet again trying to get leverage that has never existed for Adrian Peterson.
Right.
Like, he will never have the control over his career that he thinks he deserves. Granted, it's not because he's not talented enough. it's because he's a 30-year-old running back.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, last year he was a 29-year-old running back with a $30 million cap hit or something like that.
Right.
Who the hell is traded for that? So even if you said just trade him or whatever, I guarantee you, Tim, the problem is there was no team trying to pick that up. Who's trying to pay that tag?
Yeah.
So in general, this is just him saying he's probably trying to be like, hey, you suck. I don't like you. Probably just trying to get cut so he can go probably to the Cowboys. Because if you really trying to force a trade, if you sit down and think for 10 minutes, ain't no one's trying to trade for the old dude. I'm sorry. No one's trying to do it.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. I never really thought about it in that kind of that sort of angle, the way you brought it up, Mike. The way I was thinking about it was, I mean, this is this guy, the organization did him dirty in the offseason. They basically wanted nothing to do with him, but once the smoke cleared, it's like, AP, yeah, come on, we support you and all that. And he's putting in work. He's quietly putting together another top running back season, and the Vikings were supposed to be, quote unquote, the underdog, of the NFC North this year and possibly be a quiet sleeper playoff team. And I have no problem with him being aggravated and, getting the same results year in, year out while he's busting his hump being the top player for that team. And it's almost like the same song and dance every year for the Vikings out there. So I felt like, I had nothing against it. But at the same time, I mean, it's not going to do AP any good unless he does get caught, like Mike says. Then it's, it's fresh doors for him.
That's interesting. Damn. Peterson available, Murray available, Manziel available. Damn. Good off season. All right. Seattle Seahawks. This you know what? And I know Sean's listening, and I see he put the mute off, so he can't wait for getting this one. Sean, you there, Sean?
I'm right here. Oh yeah, correction is there's 6 seed. Thank you, Sarita, for correcting me. Not the 8th seed, they're the 6th seed. But continue.
Hey, stay in there.
I apologize. I was one who batted, the Seattle Seahawks so much, and they're 7-5, and their offense is looking like wow. I can't believe it. Their offense is moving, and to put up almost 70 points in 2 weeks of football, and against two pretty good defense, 3 good Cardinals defense, Minnesota's defense. Listen, that's not bad. And the plays you got on offense without beast mode, I give Seattle credit. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this. They're going to be very dangerous. I don't think Carolina wants to see them in the playoffs in Carolina. I don't think they want that.
Yeah, here's a great thing about the Seahawks. We always gave Russell Wilson credit for essentially being able to run high school college's offense successfully in the NFL, using those trick plays to kind of like get naked bootlegs and ball handling. You know what's happened over the last 3 weeks? It's almost like he's looked at old Drew Brees and was like, oh, I can do that too. Because didn't he throw for 5 touchdowns in a game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like 7 touchdowns in 2 games. I don't know what he's figured out, but something has clicked where he's like, I don't have to run to slice up these defenses, and that's what makes them. That's the step I didn't think he'd be able to take this year. So when I was about to railing on the Seahawks, you have to understand they got rid of their center, they got a tight end who couldn't block, and I felt I couldn't predict that Russell Wilson would step it up to this level right now. So you know what? That's props to him. He's on his way to being a top 5 quarterback, and yeah, some people will doubt that, but keep on playing like this and you'll be stupid to deny it. So props to them, man. Thomas Rawls, hey. Hey, cook.
Yeah, that was decent. He's like a little Marion Barber Jr. out there.
Michael, what's that? They're eating the gristle. That's what they're doing, right, Michael?
See, no one's trying to get that gristle in Philly or the NFC East. So there's a couple of gristle in the West now.
No comment.
No more that. No more of that meat and gristle thing, please. No more. No more.
Too much meat talk,
Yeah, no more meat and gristle stuff.
But I mean, the Seahawks are they're a dangerous team. They've won their last 5 out of the 6, with the only loss coming to the Cardinals. And of course, I think the Cardinals. I've been preaching it for a few weeks now that I think they're the NFC Championship team. They're going to be hard to get through. And looking at the Seahawks schedule, I think they could honestly just win out with possibly their season ender at the Cardinals. Could be their only real big contest. I see them winning the Ravens, Browns, and Rams. To really no contest. So obviously, once they get in, they're going to be the same Seahawks they were the past 2 seasons.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice, Sean. We wait for the next down.
All right, guys. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.